Hey, everybody.
Whoops.
Oh, it's still playing.
That's my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mute myself. Sorry, guys.
Pretty soon, our friend Alan is going to give us a intro like we have for the other shows, and it'll look
Wow.
nice.
That would be hot.
He just has been busy. He got that new job and whatnot.
He got the new job. He's got a beautiful wife he's taking care of. He's getting ready to go to ScarifCon next week.
Mm-hmm.
That Alan works really hard.
Yeah. I can appreciate somebody who works all the time. That's kind of my thing.
I have a husband that sounds a lot like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, this is the second episode.
Yeah. Wow.
What as far as shows go, like the first one tipped us off with some wild shit. But the second one got super wild. There isn't any warming up for this show.
Yeah. Seriously, they just threw you right in. There were a couple of parts where it's like, oh, this is getting slow. But then bam, you're right back in it again.
Right.
I noticed that they switch every couple of minutes. They go from one person to another person, and then they're over here and they're over there. And it was just a wild episode that ended with a holy shit.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive into it, because the idea for this show, of course, is that we get in and out of here in about a half hour. So
let's do it.
Let's go balls in. So we start off again in the kids' basement, right?
Absolutely.
And this time they brought 11 home, because remember they found her in the rain last time. Mike gives her some dry clothes.
Yeah.
There's some funny stuff that goes on as far as she's getting ready to get naked, and the boys are like, "Whoa."
You got to think she's been living under, I don't know, in some weird facility all of her life. She probably has zero social skills. So
right. Well, it seems to be apparent. She's not even really good at formulating whole sentences, or at least at this point, she's not showing us that she's any good at it.
Right. And right off the bat, she's scared of thunderstorms, and she's scared of getting locked inside rooms, which they explain later on in the show.
Right. But yeah, right off Jump Street, they're like, this one doesn't like being having the door closed on her.
Right. So, and then we go from there to Hopper. We're back with Hopper, and Hopper's talking to Joyce, and the one thing I picked up there was Hopper has a kid. Hopper has a daughter.
Yeah, that stuck out to me right away.
Yeah.
Well, how would you deal with it if it was your daughter? And Hopper's like, well, fuck.
Yeah, don't you know the sound of your own daughter's breathing?
Right.
And it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah. And it shows us that after the first call with Will, the phone got absolutely fried.
Oh, yeah. Black, dead. That phone's completely dead.
There seems to be a substantial amount of electricity that occurs when wherever Will is relates to wherever, the real world, I guess.
Right. And then we're back with 11 and Mike again. And that's when we learned that bad men, are following 11.
Right.
Bad men.
Yeah. And then Mike kind of arguing with his sister again at breakfast. That seems to be a through line. I didn't grow up with siblings. I know you did.
Oh, yeah.
Is that kind of how things went? There was just always some animosity between. Okay.
Kicking under the table, completely natural.
Yeah, that's all stuff that I just didn't experience.
Yeah. Um, and then we jumped from there to the scientist guys from the secret facility. They got a recording of Joyce somehow telling about her phone call.
Yeah,
So I
they
thought that
seem
was
to
really
definitely have everything in town tapped.
like how the hell did they get that? Like,
It appears like this facility has its fingers stuck in pretty much
oh,
everything.
like is there a mole, or do you think they're really tapping everything?
I
Or
think they're really tapping everything. I think that what they're trying to telegraph is like this is the um 80s trope of this is what a government secret facility is like, you
right?
know, and weird experiments and they know everything and G-men in white rubber suits and like the
Mm-hmm.
whole stroke.
Like there was one tiny little crazy thing that went through my head. Since they're trying to track down this thing, whatever it might be, the Demigorgon like thing, and it's going through telephones, maybe they have a good one that can go through telephones and get phone calls. So
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Um so Mike smuggles some toaster waffles for uh
Yes.
11.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cute. Like toaster waffles was like kind of just being a thing,
Yeah.
right around that time.
Eggos. I mean, it was fascinating. You could put them in the toaster,
Right.
and
They were
um,
already made.
yeah, yeah. Didn't have to wait for a waffle iron. Like, yeah, I remember that back then.
Right.
That was really cool.
So then we had the scene in the high school where
Yes.
um the kids were all talking and it kind of infers that Nancy Wheeler and Jonathan was a buyer
Yes.
have like a previous relationship. Did you pick
I
up on that?
I picked up on that and said, well, if for anything, it's because they both have little brothers who are best friends. So they have to know each other somehow.
I got
And
the vibe that they were like either past they dated in the past when they were young or they used to be like best friends or something and had some kind of falling out or
I think they
it,
might have hung out because if you remember back in episode 1 when I don't know, somebody was talking to Mike saying, your sister used to be really cool. She used to play Dungeons and Dragons and dress like an elf, like
yeah.
so maybe she was, but now she seems like nerd girl trying to get with the popular kids.
Mhm. Yeah, there's definitely that. But it was interesting to see somebody in that position break off from the popular group to go
Mhm.
back and console somebody that appears to be
Mm,
from before.
yeah, that gave her a little bit of niceness.
Yeah, it gave her a
She was
little
seeming
bit
like
of
stuck up.
credibility.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
seeing. Yeah, she was like stuck up. We also saw how Hopper resumed the search party that morning just before school, and the cops don't really take him seriously.
No, the whole thing is kind of mishmash as far as the way the other cops see they're like, this kid's probably just,
Yeah,
at his friends hiding or something stupid.
yeah. I mean, even the one cop was like, didn't you and Joyce used to have sleep with her or something like that? And
Right, right.
oh, okay. So there was a possible affair in the past.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or at least like maybe after Joyce and what's his name? The ex-husband?
Lonnie.
Lonnie, maybe she had a brief spat with
Mhm.
Hopper.
Right.
Because Hopper's like from the city, so he's not from this town as far as I can
Right.
tell.
Got that. He's from the city. Um, everybody he used to like with the suicides and the missing persons, he didn't know them. He knows all these people.
Right, right.
And he has a daughter somewhere.
Mhm.
And he
So
thinks he's cursed.
yeah, I thought that was interesting. The whole backstory that they're filling out for Hopper is pretty serious. Like they're
Yeah.
spending time on that character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike skips school,
Mm-hmm.
shows 11 around the house.
Yes.
The It was really cute, the scene with like the lazy boy chair.
I thought that was awesome.
Yep.
When he was saying it's a 22-inch TV, it's bigger
Right.
than Will's, and I'm like, ah, 22 inches. I remember that.
Right. Right.
Um,
Now
the
shit, you can
lazy
almost get
boy.
a tablet that big.
Yeah, right. My computer monitor is that big.
Right. Before we move on from that, I don't know if you noticed or caught it or whatever, and I don't know if it's going to bear any relevance later on,
Yeah.
but Mike says that his dad sleeps in that chair.
That's what I was just gonna say. Oh yeah, my dad sleeps there. Try it out.
Yeah, so it makes me go, is his parents like completely like separated from each other, still living together, or like
Right.
is that dynamic going to play into it, or was that just a throwaway kind of thing?
Dad seems really douchey. I know I'm skipping ahead on this part, but something else that I picked up when they were all having dinner when Mike's friends were over and they're all sitting around the dinner table. Mom was sitting at the head of the table, and Dad was sitting where usually the mom sits next to her.
Oh,
So,
I did not catch that.
yeah. If you remember in the 80s, the dad always sat at the head of the table and the
Yeah.
mom always sat next to him. And that showed like, you know,
Yeah,
more,
it was
yeah,
tradition,
yeah,
going way back, like that's how you showed the power dynamic in the family.
yeah. So yeah, dad does not sit at the head of the table. So
No.
I
Mm,
picked up on that. That and all the Corningware, and I'm like, whoa, it's like 80s fest on this table.
right, for sure. For sure. Um,
Um, I
let's
wrote
see.
down that after he was showing the living room and stuff, Mike started showing 11 the toys and brought up a little Yoda who has
Right.
force powers. And I'm like, that's cool.
Right. I
That's
thought that was pretty cute. Um, Jonathan has a cut scene where he's like in the car listening to the Clash,
yes.
and then we flash back to like a time when Joyce and Lonnie were fighting,
Yes.
and Jonathan was kind of taking care of Will and being like, "Look, you got to go and be who you want to be. Don't be the way that guy wants you to be."
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're spending time creating a dynamic in that family group, and I'm assuming it's all going to play in to a relevance later. Like it doesn't seem like you would spend that much time uh, saying nonsense, building all that
Yeah.
stuff just to chuck the characters away.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they're all with us for quite a while.
And how they were listening to the song together. I guess that I picked up that it might have been Will's first exposure to music that he liked because he liked it
Mm-hmm.
instead of somebody telling him what he should be listening to.
Right, definitely. Joyce heads into her job after that.
Yes.
Kind of hits up the boss for a bunch of money. Well, not a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of money, but a couple weeks pay, and um,
And the
we
telephone.
we established that she's been a excellent employee and blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah.
And a pack of camels.
And a pack of
And
camels.
a pack of camels.
Don't fucking forget my camels, bro.
I'm
I
like,
thought
you
that
do
was
it, bro.
really funny.
She deserves a pack of camels. She's missing her son. She deserves
Right.
a pack of camels. It also kind of told you that possibly the divorce happened 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she works holidays. She's the single mom who works Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. So the kids have been home alone a lot.
Yeah. I also just kind of thought that was a really well acted human moment from
Mm-hmm.
Winona. Like she's really a good actress.
She is. Well, she is in this show. There's some things I don't care for her with, but she is in this show.
Right. She's got
She's
acting chops for
touching
sure.
enough for me. Yeah. Sometimes I love her and sometimes I'm not a fan. But
Well,
this one, she's really killing it.
right.
Hmm.
Um, let's see.
While nobody's home, all of a sudden the lab guys show up at the house in hazmat suits, and they're collecting
Right.
the ectoplasm or whatever that crap is,
Mhm.
examining
And
it.
I was like, "Ooh, this is like Kelly's favorite movie,
Which movie? Oh
E.T."
yeah, ET. Like, sorry about that.
That was just I was wondering if you were gonna make that connection. I
Yeah.
was wondering if you were gonna go,
Oh,
"Fucking E.T. part."
I thought that when I said that there were some moments that I didn't care for, it was like, well, this is a snore and very predictable, so
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want to get back to the non-predictable stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Um,
guys.
so then we're back at the house, with Mike and 11, and,
Yeah,
Mike's mom comes home,
yeah,
and, he puts 11 in the closet,
yeah.
and she immediately begins freaking out.
Yes.
And then we get
That
all
poor
that.
girl.
Right. We get all those,
The
like,
flashback.
flashbacks of,
Yeah.
uh of what's going on, what was going on in the facility. So, here's my question to you, because 'cause I'm not
Hmm.
100% sure. She was yelling out for what I assume
Papa.
was Papa.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
ask you this too.
so are we talking about this was the moment her father dropped her off at this facility, or is Papa like the lead
Scientist
scientist?
guy. Didn't he look like the scientist guy?
He kinda looked like the dude in the white suit, but I wasn't
Yeah.
100%.
That's what I was going to ask you. If you felt like Papa looked like the gray scientist guy. So
Right, right. So
that was
there's
weird.
there's something in that, of course, that we're gonna have to figure out.
Yeah. Oh, and right before she got shoved in the closet, she saw a picture of Mike and his friends, and she pointed at Will and said,
Right.
"Will, like, how do
Yep.
you know Will?"
Yeah.
So now they're starting to get a connection going.
Right.
So weird, very weird. Uh,
Um, then we get Joyce sitting in the living room with her new phone,
yes.
like, stretched it as far as she could. I
Hmm.
really struggled with this scene because I don't understand why she didn't just move the chair to where the phone is.
Why didn't she move the table to next to the chair so that she didn't? I,
Right.
I don't know.
It
Um,
was super strange.
Lack of sleep, stressed out, single mom lost her son. So
Mhm.
she probably wasn't thinking of those details.
Right.
I'm to
Right.
say.
I just thought the blocking for that whole scene was kinda strange, and,
Yeah, really weird.
um, Jonathan pays his dad a visit. Oh, shit.
Hmm.
Don't skip this.
Oh, Benny's
We
Burgers?
yeah, we
Benny
go to Benny's
Burger
Burger.
Guy? Yeah, right?
Fucking
Dude.
I don't know how good these cops are,
Yeah.
but even looking at the scene just for a second that they showed it to us, it's obvious that dude didn't shoot himself in the head.
Dude. There.
He's barely holding the gun.
He's barely holding the gun. The blood is on the wrong part of him, the way it's sprayed, and like half of his head, like it just would be very different.
Right, and didn't they shoot him standing up?
Yeah.
So there would have been some kind of
And
brain
him sitting in the
fragment
chair,
or
and
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
this is the
So
worst stage suicide I ever saw.
right. And the thing is, like, and then the guys like said suicide, and Hopper's like, yeah. And
Right,
I'm
I
like,
was like,
now did
"What?"
he yeah because he agrees with them, or did he yeah
Because
because
he's
he
an
knows
idiot.
that there's something wrong there because he worked in this city, so maybe he knows that something really weird is going on.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, super strange.
Super weird.
I'm
Just
interested to see how that moves about.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, let's see.
I have, and then Jonathan arrived at Dad's house.
Yeah.
hmm
They
And
quite obviously have a contentious relationship.
of course, of course. And his, I don't know if it's his new wife or if it's a skank of the week, but she's a trip and a half.
Yeah. Even
Whatever with
trying to
her.
be creeping on the kid, talking about changing on the
Yeah.
new model.
Like, oh, gross,
Yeah,
dude.
that was kinda fucked up.
Yeah. But the one thing that Lonnie says is Hopper still chief? And it's like, so there's another innuendo with Hopper and Lonnie and Joyce. So wonder what happened to those guys 10 years ago. But yeah, his little side piece is just
Right.
gross. She's just yeah.
The boys, pieced together that, Will going missing and the arrival of 11 kind of coincides. So
Mm-hmm.
they kind of figured that the 2 events,
Mm-hmm.
uh, are synonymous at least. Um, and Lucas decides he's gonna just go tell, um, Mike's mom anyway,
Yeah.
and he makes a move for the door, and
Yes.
11 slams the door with her telekinesis.
Yes. I love that. Or
It
with
was
yours, force power,
yeah,
superpowers,
super
force
intense, like,
powers.
you're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what?"
And then he opened it again and slam, and and
Right.
then locks it, and it's like, whoa, yeah, she does have superpowers.
That scene probably would have been, like, even 10 times better had we not known anything whatsoever about the nature of this show. Because you gotta figure at the beginning of this,
I didn't
people
know she could do that. So,
well, you didn't know that she was different, though?
well, I knew that she was different, but I
Oh.
didn't know that she had telekinesis.
I already kind of, knew that she was not from this world
You see,
or
I didn't know
was
that
different.
either.
And I knew that not because of the show, but because the show's been happening for 4 years and
Mhm.
people talk.
I did not know she's not from this world. I thought she was just a kid lab rat. So,
See, I don't actually know she's not from this world, I'm just
oh,
assuming.
good. Okay, good,
I
good, good.
don't
We'll find out
know, but
together.
I have heard that she can do stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Um, so then the friends are like, okay, we'll listen.
Yeah, yeah.
But first, we're back to Hopper questioning one of the town old people who visit
At the burger
the
joint.
burger place.
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah, didn't see anything different. Went fishing, went with this guy and that guy and this guy. Oh, but he was feeding some bald kid, with a crew
right.
cut,
Yep.
bald boy. So
So
now Hopper's thinking that it's Will with the crew cut,
right.
not knowing that there's two children.
Mhm.
And then
Uh,
we're at the party.
yeah, and then we go to the party, and
Yes.
and, Nancy is being all, like, coy, like she's gonna get ready to
Yeah.
break some of her own rules.
Yeah. But Barb is like, don't you think? Don't you think?
I
And
forgot that was her name, I could not remember what her name was. Barb.
Barb. But like Nancy told Barb, okay, you be like my guardian.
Yeah,
And
be
if
the
I
cock
start doing
blocker, yeah,
something bad, just tell me and we'll
right.
leave.
That's
And
kind of
it's
the way
like,
that goes, isn't it? Will you be my cock block and then be like, "Bitch, you better not cock block me."
that's exactly what happened. So
I've
like,
seen it in real time.
it's
I've
like,
seen real girls do that in real time.
why'd you even make Nancy, why'd you even make Barb go? I
Yeah,
mean, can't you say that she was uncomfortable as it is? She wore like the 80s quilted coat that went
that was
down
the
to her ankles
worst.
when everybody else was like not wearing coats.
Yeah, it was must not have been cold. She had to
Yeah,
be just a sweaty fucking mess under there.
right? But there was steam coming off the pool. And when Jonathan was in the forest, which I know we'll get to soon, it was
He
cold
heard
enough for
something.
you could see like the steam coming off his breath. So
Mhm.
it was probably cold.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But idiot kids. You called it last week where it's an 80s show. It's not going to be an 80s show unless there's kids having a party and having sex.
Right, exactly.
Mhm. So,
Uh, let's see. So
they went back to the search again.
yep.
It's nighttime, and
Well, they started at the burger place this time.
yeah, and the science teacher found the sluice pipe that goes up to the facility,
Is that what that's called?
restricted.
A
Yeah,
sluice
it's a
pipe?
sluice pipe. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where all the runoff goes and stuff. Usually, you see them
I just
underneath
called it a
roads.
drain pipe, but a sluice pipe, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
and they found like the tag, like the
is that what
tag.
it was, a tag?
I think it was a tag from the her gown because she was wearing a
Okay.
medical gown. Or maybe it was just a piece of fabric. I interpreted it as a tag. So, they walk the sluice pipe and then they see in the middle of the woods is this big facility with the fencing restricted around it. And
Right.
they're all acting like it's the first time they ever saw it.
Yeah, like they had no idea it was there.
Yeah, like how do you
Super
not
weird.
know? There's no
Right.
roads that go there or anything.
Yeah.
How do they go to work if there's no roads?
Yeah, I don't know. I
It's
I remember seeing earlier there was a fence with a sign that said "Government facility, fuck off."
right. Right.
So then all the
Yeah.
kids are in the basement again,
Mhm.
and,
Mhm.
they essentially explain to 11 how friendship works. I
Yes.
thought that was kinda cute.
I thought that was adorable. Something else that I picked up on, 11 has this fascination with the walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
So
she definitely does.
she's gonna do something with that, Don. I
Well,
think she's gonna do something with
I
that.
think she's gonna do something with it too, and I don't need to see
Mhm.
that.
Like, no, she's not gonna do something. No, 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 no. Like, I mean, she's gonna talk to like demigorgons or like I
I
don't know, upside
I
down world zombies or something.
I think that that's a strong possibility that that exists in the maybe in the upside down, which we still haven't heard of it called the upside down. Um,
Right.
but,
But
the,
I'll let you tell it.
maybe there's one of those in the upside down and it can communicate across that way.
Or maybe she could talk to Will.
That's what I mean, like, through that,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
let's see.
The one thing that I thought was really cool, she went over to their Dungeons and Dragons board on their little table. She picks up the wizard and she's like, Will. And it's like, holy shit, she has, I don't know if it's telekinesis or, what psychic ability she has, but
Yeah,
she knew that the wizard was Will. And then like Mike is like, where is he? Where is he? And she flips over the Dungeons and Dragons board
right.
and puts Will on the bottom of
Backside,
it. Yeah, the upside down board.
right.
And they're like, well, where is he? She's like, hiding.
Mhm.
And it's like, whoa. So
Then she puts up the Demogorgon, piece on the board.
yes. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, but we keep flashing around while all of this is happening, like in between the walkie-talkie and the whole flipping of the board thing. We also went back to the party again
Yep, we're
where
taking
Barb
pictures.
is. Yeah, Jonathan's taking pictures of the party and Barb is trying to tell Nancy, knock it off, you're acting
Right,
like an ass. And Hopper had, I don't know, chick of the week was in the bed with him and he goes outside and he's drinking and smoking and she
brooding.
wakes up brooding.
Yep,
Yes,
he was
yes.
brooding.
And Chicky wakes up and she's like, it's so cold. And he's like, the last time somebody went missing was 1923 and the last time there was a suicide here was 1961. I'm cursed. I'm like,
Right?
shut up, Hopper. I'm so cursed. You're not dead and you're not missing. So, I think other people might be cursed, but whatever. But, this idiot of the week is like, oh, I'm cold. Then
Right.
go back inside, you dumbass. And then she goes back to Hopper's bed and doesn't even shut the door. Like, oh, you're cold and you don't even shut the door, you moron. But
I thought that was funny too. So we go back to Jonathan still taking creepy pictures. I don't understand why he's doing this. There's no reason for it other than he's spying on them. I don't know why he's taking pictures though.
Well, he started taking pictures of the forest by the crime scene where they found the bike.
Right.
And then
I mean,
he
I
heard
know
the
why he's
screaming.
there.
Yeah. He
But
heard the screaming and went running and saw them playing in the pool. And then now he's like weird. He's weird now.
yeah, he's being weird. So the kids do the shit that kids do. They start beer or shotgunning beers. Barb stabs her finger.
Yeah, trying to do a snake bite. And,
Right.
well, how is Barb going to know how to stab a beer can? Because she's a nerd.
Right. So then she kind of goes get her hands fixed up. The kids play in the pool. Then they got a reason to go upstairs and get naked.
Yeah.
Kids are so not smart.
Yeah. But then we're interrupted again because we're back to watching Joyce sleeping with her phone.
Right.
Her brand new phone, which rings. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yes, here we go again.
Right. And this time we hear Will speak.
Yes. He said, Ma'am.
Right.
Like, whoa, that's so cool. And then her brand new phone gets zapped.
Right.
Like, ah, shit, she just got that phone. She didn't even pay it off yet.
Right. And
or was
then
that phone gifted to her?
I don't know.
Is it gifted to her with the
It wasn't
advance?
really clear. It might have been wrapped up in her extension or 2-week
Her
advance.
Yeah, yeah.
But then the lights start leading her down the hall.
Yes. Okay. It's almost like the lights wanted to do SOS. They would do the 3 short blips for the S, but they wouldn't complete the 3 long blips for the O, and then it would do, So I was like, it's almost like an SOS, but it's not quite SOS because they didn't do the O correctly. But I don't know if that's just because I'm a nerd and I know how to do SOS with lights, and maybe the light guy, technical guy, didn't know how to do it because maybe he's not a nerd. But I don't know. I thought maybe they were trying to do SOS, but it wasn't correct. But anyway.
As she got to the end of the hall, the stereo kicked on.
Yes. And it was the song that his brother made him the mixtape.
It's a Clash.
Clash. Yeah. Should I stay or should I go?
Right. Did you notice when she opened the door that the tape wasn't rolling?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I watched it twice and I still didn't see that.
Yeah, the tape isn't rolling when the song's playing.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
And as she's approaching the radio, the light there starts blinking and there's something on the table. Did you catch what it was?
No.
Okay. And then she turns around and something's coming through the fucking wall.
Oh shit. Yeah. Like the light got super, super bright when she's like, Will, is that you? And it was like super bright. And then all the lights went out. The song went out. It's completely dark. And you see like that something's pressing through the wall.
Yeah. Like remember that movie, The Frighteners?
Yes.
Where the motherfuckers come through the walls like that?
Yes. Yuppers. And then she runs to her car, and she's fiddling. This is how chicks in movies die because they don't have their key ready to put into the ignition.
Yeah, I never have understood that. When I leave the house, on the way from the door to the car, I get my key in my hand. I would assume in a moment of distress, that would just come natural because that's what I always do.
Yes. And honestly, I'll take it a step further because this might help somebody someday if,
Oh,
you know,
she's gonna
cars
get
still have
stabby.
keys. Yeah, because like this is what chicks are told to do. Okay. I don't know if all chicks know this, but they should. When you are especially walking by yourself, you should always have your car key out and ready. Not only is it, you know, easy to put into your ignition that way, but if somebody comes and tries to mug you, you could stab them in the eye with it, stab them up in the chin, scrape their face, whatever you have to do. At least you already have a weapon in your hand.
True
So,
story.
yeah. So
True story.
that's what I grew up doing.
So
You know
then
what's
Joyce
worse.
goes back into the house.
And it goes back into the house because all of a sudden the music starts playing and the lights come on again. So she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, coast is clear," and she goes into the house. So
Right.
she's trying to communicate with Will, I guess. I mean, as a mom, I'd probably do that too. But I
Right.
wouldn't be fishing. Actually, no. As a mom, I'd probably be out of there already because I wouldn't be constantly stabbing a key into the ignition.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
have
already
done
be in
fucked
there.
off. I would have been like, "Nope, this is supernatural. Gotta go."
Yeah.
It was cool having a kid, but I gotta go. Bye, see ya.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, so she like slowly walks into the house, like, I am you now. So she's gone, and that's the last time we see of her.
Mhm.
And then we go back to the party, and Nancy's all bow chicka wow wow and taking off her shirt upstairs, and she's like, "No, Steve, look." First she's like, "Privacy," and she's like, "No, Steve, look at my new bra." So
The
then she,
pageantry is just ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. And Barb, who was told to go home, she's like feeling sorry for herself, like, just gonna sit on the edge of the pool and cry a little bit, kick my feet in the water.
Right.
Like, just go home. And like, whoopsie, some blood just fell off her thumb. And there's Jonathan in the woods taking pictures, like, "Oh, you little perv." And like, then he's like,
The
"Oh
pool
no,
goes
my
black.
phone jammed." Yeah, the pool goes black, and Jonathan's camera jammed and he can't take a picture anymore, and like,
Right. We get the flash from behind, and I'm assuming that's the Demogorgon.
that's a Demigorgon.
I
Yeah,
don't know what a
definitely a
Demogorgon
Demigorgon.
is.
That's definitely a Demigorgon.
Well, there we
That
have it.
that is a Demigorgon. Yeah,
Boom, into episode.
bam. No, first we have the Bengals, and I did write down, I wanted to say 3 songs that I heard in this episode. We had The Clash, we had The Cure, and we had The Bengals. And
Mhm.
like every time a song comes on, I'm like, yes! Because
Right.
like, you know
Yeah,
how
the
much I love it.
soundtrack is fantastic.
I never looked at the soundtrack.
No, I
Maybe
mean, just for
after
this
I'm done.
episode.
Yeah. So really, really digging the music. I think this episode is what I needed to get sucked into it now, because um now it's like, damn it, I have to wait another week to watch it with Don again. So
Right.
because I'm not going forward in this. Like, we made a
Yeah.
pact, and I'm not going forward in this. We're watching it on the same day together. So I'm gonna stick to that. But like, this is gonna be a cool journey.
Yep. So you got 30 seconds. What do you think's gonna happen next week?
Only 30 seconds?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, 30 seconds. Damn it, there goes all my seconds. I think that maybe 11 and Will are going to get closer to talking to each other. I think Mom is already off the deep end. Ouija boards were a big thing in the 80s. Maybe she'll get a Ouija board. Maybe she'll bring in, well, she has no money to bring in a psychic to talk through the walls, but
Uh-huh.
she's going to try to explain what happened to the walls. Nobody's going to believe her. She's a
Right.
crazy mom who went off the deep end.
Mhm.
Who knows? Maybe Nancy will get pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dad's still going to be a douchebag, sleeping in his lazy boy.
Yep.
Lucas doesn't trust 11, so there's something that's going to happen between the two of them.
Yeah. I think they're gonna find Barb's car by the side of the road, And then they're going to have to start looking for Barb.
Oh, geez, I forgot about Barb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And here's my question. Is Barb dead or is Barb in the Upside Down?
That was what I was going to ask you. Do you think, like, when the Demogorgon touches you, you get zapped into the other world, or do you think it eats you?
I don't know. There was nothing left of her, and it was super fast.
Yeah, exactly. But it sniffed out her blood. So it's something that has to do with electricity. You know, thunderstorms are electricity too. 11's scared of all of that. And how did the Demogorgon smell her blood?
Mm. And I mean, it's
like
not like he
what?
sat there and ate her. Like,
Did it though? I mean, like it went like blah, and then she's
no,
gone.
because remember, Jonathan was just winding up his thing, and then they looked up, she was gone. So that was just a few seconds.
Right.
So there's a lot to unpack with that. So I guess until next time.
Till next time.
Till fucking next time. You've been great, kids.
Thanks to everybody who came and chilled with us today in the chat. Love you guys.
We'll see you guys next time.